This is the team we're gonna play. I remember we played against them on the same map and we lost badly. So I realized what we have to do differently, and this is why we lost, is that we kind of just stood in like the worst spots like this team. They're about to get destroyed. I notice this guy's gonna flank them. But look at how their supports stand. I think when we play this map, this is how we have to do it. See how they're up here? It's hard to dive somebody who's up here. And notice how the Deadpool's just gonna come up. Look. And he's just gonna destroy the whole team. Right, so, and I think if you're up here, you have a health pack, you have that health pack, you have this cover here. So we should try to play from here. If your support, just stand here, and you have a good angle, you could see everything, right? And see, this is actually what I've watched like professional teams, they almost always stay here or here. You can move up a little bit, but typically you want to be here, not like over here is bad because it's easy to kill you. So just start here and maybe work your way through this, but do not stand like in this vulnerable spot. Another thing, um, if we lose the team fight and we come back, we have to go from either here or try to go here. I'm not sure which one is better, but maybe this side. But let's never try to go through the middle. Look what happens when you go through the middle. You just get beat up, right? Like it's actually designed the map for you to be punished for going through here because any point like this, choke point, is very easy to see the whole team. It's very easy to surround them, right? Because you're not going to be able to deal with everything. Notice they're coming from here, they're just going to trap you. So we have to like either go from here and maybe the supports could stand here as we drop down. And that way it forces them to like take a long route to get to us. And if any diver comes here, it's easier to turn around to deal with them in the isolated spot. So this is just for this map, but it's important that because we played this team and we lost on this map, and it's because we were just not. They just have map knowledge, and we were just kind of playing by instinct. So we have to like see they're more of like you can tell that they have a strategy when it comes to positioning. They're all trying to surround us, right? And I remember when we played them, they were all over the place, right? Because when I'm tank, I'm trying to push what's in front of me. But notice that they're not fighting me face to face. They're fighting all over. So that's what we have to be prepared for is like a circular fight, like fighting in a circle, rather than front to back. All right, we can look at the next one. And notice this team will just get stuck here, right? Because they're trying to push from the center, and they just won't get out because they control all the high ground, this team. So you have to take that away from them. You could try to fight from here. I actually think this is better. I think this might be better because if you go from here, they could still get you from here. If we go up here, it's harder for them to like chase us. So I think we should just go from the left if we lose the first fight. And we need to get back into objective. And there's more. Look at the angles we can take, right? If you were to enter from here, maybe a diver can go all the way around. A long range shooter can control this nice angle, right? But you see they get trapped. See, they're surrounded, right? Remember, just be prepared for that, right? When we fight them, expect them to fight you from all over. So we might need characters with good mobility who can like fight back against that. And I would say support. Maybe if things don't do well, we can try like something that can keep itself alive, or maybe 3 support because they're gonna attack from every angle. they don't fight front to back. Why don't I look at the other map? This is another map. We played them, and I remember we lost kind of badly. So look. Let's see. See, look how they surround you. They know how to, so we have to kind of expect that. They're gonna try to control all the angles, right? And put you in a spot where you're like, oh god, I gotta deal with this, deal with that. So we come in expecting that. We'll be more fit to deal with it. But notice, look, 2 flankers have good sights on the healers, and everyone's kind of worried about this, right? So we have to kind of keep track of the circular fight, right? What's happening around us, rather than just kind of pushing. So 1 tank could kind of stay frontline, and we might have a 2nd tank kind of dealing with other stuff, right? And 1 duelist or whatever, you know what I mean? See, look, they killed their healers without them even able to react. So expect them to dive you even without true dive characters. You know what I mean? And then when we come back in, what I noticed that the top teams try to go through here. So we might actually have to do that. We'll, if we lose a team fight, once again, right? Here sucks. It's awkward. We can try to go from, I don't know what happens over here, I'll be honest with you. We could try that. It looks awkward. But probably that top left area, right? So in theory, what we want to do is always, when we lose a team fight and we want to get back to the fight, we want to start with a high ground. This is a good spot. We have a good angle. Somebody can come from here, right? So if we lose the first fight, we come from here. This is just 1 map. But domination is annoying, and we will have a domination team. See how awkward it is? Because notice how they're fighting you from everywhere, right? He's trying to deal with that, but this guy's here, right? They want to fight you from every angle. That's how they fought us. They just kind of blitzed us, forced an ult, right? It's not a powerful ult. This is not us, by the way. This is a different random team. You see how hard it is to get from here. I think they got a kill, though. So they were able to push. Just ults flying around, whatever. You're gonna see again, look, the Deadpool's flanking. You know, they dive in a way where you don't expect it because it's Deadpool diving you, it's Star-Lord, right? It's Elsa. So they dive you with like gun characters. So it's like a mid-range dive, which is annoying, right? Like the Star-Lord is everywhere. Oh, I gotta deal with Star-Lord. But if I deal with Star-Lord, I'm not dealing with this, right? So it's that's kind of their strategies to overwhelm you from everywhere. So we have to just be prepared for that.